Most people are unaware that China and Russia have been attacking U.S. satellites daily. Additionally, both nations have tested hypersonic weapons that would allow them to inflict devastation on the U.S. In this international chess match, the United States is now on the move. And they just produced one that nearly makes them a grandmaster. Welcome back to another exciting video. Today's video is about Russia shocked, U.S. tests most dangerous space hypersonic weapon. Before we start the video, please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. One that entails keeping a constant eye on the entire planet from space. These dangers remain genuine, as evidenced by recent news reports. According to Russian defense sources, on March 18, 2022, the nation launched a Kinzhal air-to-ground hypersonic missile into Ukraine. This is the first time this 5 times the speed of sound missile has been employed in combat. Many thought this was excessive because Ukraine had no defenses against hypersonic missiles and was helpless against the Kinzhal. China has taken a bold stand by launching a hypersonic missile 5 times quicker and more prominent than the Kinzhal. The Fractional Orbital Bombardment System, FOBS, is the name of it. Similar to an intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, but with a broader range and far faster speeds. China's FOBS is a nuclear-capable missile that launches into low Earth orbit and then breaks orbit at the appropriate moment to kamikaze into a target anywhere on Earth. Simply put, China surprised U.S. intelligence in 2021 by testing this weapon. The advanced missile defense systems of the past may be rendered utterly ineffective by such a weapon. A FOBS is launched, and it circles the Earth in low Earth orbit for as long as it takes to reach its destination. The hypersonic missile deorbits when it has located the target, reaching a maximum speed of Mach 27. Imagine the FOBS as a space shuttle carrying a nuclear bomb as spare parts, rather than an astronaut-filled capsule. At least 10 minutes faster than an ICBM, the FOBs can strike the United States from any direction within their operational range, which covers the whole planet. The FOBs are frighteningly intelligent and agile as well. They are even more challenging to locate and shoot down since they can move away from defense systems en route to a target. This combination of great speed, agility, and intellect creates a degree of unpredictability that aims to restrict the U.S. to a mere few minutes of response time from when they detect the missile until it leaves an imprint on American territory. This would also be the case if the United States were forced to use its antiquated defenses. It isn't, though. In response to the expanding foreign capabilities, the United States has shown both proactivity and reaction, developing a cutting-edge development system that is futuristic enough to be included in a Marvel film. A group of globally recognized corporations, hundreds of satellites, and billions of dollars. In response, the United States is launching satellites into orbit to monitor hypersonic weapons. In the most recent development in this project, the U.S. The Space Defense Agency, or SDA, declared that it was giving out one contract worth $3 billion to launch 28 tiny spacecraft into orbit. These satellites, whose launch is slated for 3 years from now, are intended to supply the first missile warning and tracking capabilities of the National Defense Space Architecture. The transport and tracking layers are 2 of the many layers of space-based systems that make up the National Defense Space Architecture. The transport layer is a communication layer that will connect all types of warfighter platforms globally and deliver reliable, resilient, low-latency military data. Why? And as an installation of 300 to 500 satellites in low Earth orbit, depending on size. 95% of Earth will always have at least 2 satellites visible, and 99% of the world will always have at least 1 satellite visible. The tracking layer comes next, offering warnings, tracking, and targeting of advanced missile threats worldwide. Utilizing space-based sensors, new processing techniques, algorithms, data fusion amongst sensors, and on-demand tactical data products to create hypersonic missile systems. The Tranche 1 satellites of the tracking layer will be funded by the SDA's recent $1.3 billion awards, of which $700 million went to L3Harris Technologies and $617 million to Northrop Grumman Strategic Space Systems. Of the 28 prototype satellites anticipated to be launched in the initial batch, 14 would be delivered by each business from the Army's Redstone Arsenal in Alabama and the SDA's Operations and Integration Centers. To get all 28 satellites into orbit, 4 launches of 7 each would be required, starting in April 2025. This is because every satellite will be stationed in a polar orbit. That is, to create a genuinely omnipresent eye in the sky that, in the words of SDA Director Derek Tournier, successfully provides early missile warning and missile tracking capabilities for advanced missile threats. The satellites will be positioned in 4 different dimensional planes. They will effectively traverse the globe from north to south. The fact that these capabilities are almost ready for use demonstrates how fast the United States changed its space-based missile defense and warning approach. Just 4 years ago, U.S. Strategic Command Chief of Staff and now retired General John Hyten emphasized how critical it was to update the Pentagon's space-based sensing capabilities to counter new threats. Anti-satellite technology is becoming more advanced as space remains crucial for military operations. According to recent Google Earth photographs, work appears to be underway on a sophisticated laser system at a Russian space center. A space-based technology capable of blinding satellites. The large and highly successful Rutan 600 radio telescope is housed in the Russian Ministry of Defense's Chronospace facility, where construction is underway. This tells us something about the caliber of the anti-satellite weapon under development. This weapon's existence was discovered by a thorough, open-source analysis that examined a vast amount of publicly available satellite imagery. Russian finance paperwork and solicitation materials from Russian industrial contractors. These analyses uncovered the development of a project called Kalina, which was characterized as a laser system intended for electro-optical warfare that could permanently blind enemy satellites by illuminating them with laser pulses so intense that they could harm optical sensors. According to the financial documentation obtained by the Space Review, dazzlers, on the other hand, are lasers meant to momentarily blind optical systems. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.